Okay.
I don't know what's up with K right now. Somebody should ask them what's going on. I just hear my AC in the background, which I'll turn off in a little bit.
War shot right here.
It's K's not still K's not still working, are they?
That's a good question.
So I really should know what K's schedule is, but I have no clue whatsoever.
Drill side by side. Okay, I got six.
By the way, I'm halfway through the Malice at the Palace doc.
Oh, isn't it great?
So far, so good. I mean, I learned more about Jermaine O'Neal than I wanted to. And Meta World Peace, aka Ron Artest, pretty articulate.
Yeah, but he's still crazy.
Oh yeah, he's still mentally ill, but he's more aware of it now because he's like I was going through anxiety. Like I just need to get out. And I was like, yeah, you sound like somebody who's been through a lot of therapy.
He definitely sounds better. I'll give him that. He definitely sounds.
He sounds
better.
Tons better. What's going on, everybody who's joining us? Welcome to the Kings of the Rings pre-show, episode 264. Because last week was 263, and I totally botched it. But whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but you noticed it. You actually noticed it when you put it on
when I put it on the
war feed.
Yeah, when I put it on the streams, I was like, oh, let's fix that. So it's gonna be a pretty interesting show. I mean, did you watch or have you watched any of wrestling when Daphne was on?
No, she was not in TNA when I watched. So I had no idea who she was.
Well, she also did WCW too, right?
It was funny because last week she was on a list of CM Punk's body count.
Was she really?
Yeah, like a day or two later, she's gone.
Was it crazy? Was it? Do we know if it was actually like suicide?
That's just I can't confirm, but
yeah,
I think that's what happens.
Ugh, that's depressing.
Yeah, yuck. It's a lot of yuck.
It's a lot of yuck. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened. We got a lot of late breaking news that we got to talk about on the podcast, but we got a lot of stuff going on. So if you guys are here with us, just chime in, leave some comments below, let us know what the fuck is going on.
Q&A time, boys and girls. Let's fucking do it.
That or like after the show too.
We'll do that too. We'll do a post show.
Do a post show, yeah. Who's on right now? Oh, there's two people on our YouTube, whoever they are.
Okay, welcome. It's not me, I swear.
It's probably definitely you. Did you see Jeter's Hall of Fame speech?
No, I would have watched it today, but I had to go in the office, and while he was giving it, was like right in the middle of the busiest part of my day.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do that.
It was pretty interesting. The Yankees stopped their pregame.
Yeah.
They stopped their pregame warm-ups to watch Jeter on the big screen.
Oh, nice. Nice. On the Jumbotron?
On the Jumbotron, yep.
Hopefully they can win tonight. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Orioles, and they already lost 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays, so this isn't good.
It's not looking great.
Not looking good.
No.
You gotta beat those 3.
Yeah, and then so Jeter had a comment. He goes, I want to thank all the baseball writers that voted for me, all except that one person.
Got him. fuck that guy, first of all.
Do we know who that guy was? Like, didn't they out him?
Would you?
I think he got outed as the voter.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you were one of the other writers and you knew who did it, would you out him?
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't out him. I wouldn't
want
to out him. I mean, the guy's an asshole. Don't get me wrong. The guy's a piece of shit, but I wouldn't out him because that guy's gonna be dead. You know what I mean? Like, that guy has a family.
I would not out him at all. But like, I would if I knew. I would know. But like, yeah, like if you asked me was it him, I'd be like, maybe. I couldn't tell you if he was or not. Did anybody message K? Because I did not message K.
I did not message K.
Sir Charles, what's up? Charles said he probably got jumped behind the scenes.
Software.
That's very true. So wait, who's up for it next year in the Baseball Hall of Fame? Or
I don't know, because
who's last chance?
No one got in this year, the voting.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So Jeter's was technically last year.
Yeah.
So they did 2020s today, but for there is no class of 2021. This doesn't exist.
That's true. Ah, Jermaine is here. What's up, Jermaine? Welcome to the show. We're here early. It's a pre-show, Jermaine, so you guys can shoot the shit with us, access non-wrestling related questions, because we have a lot of wrestling related things to talk about, especially things that actually didn't happen in the ring. There's a lot of political wrestling stuff to talk about this week, which isn't always a bad thing. I know, there's a lot of good stuff. By the way, Will, you got that soundbite from Foley, right?
I did. I guess literally cut it 20 minutes ago.
Nice. I was gonna tell you, like, just look on my Twitter page as I retweeted it, or you could have got the soundbite from Steve from Blue's Clues.
I did see that. I saw a lot of people cried. And I was like, I can't blame you. Can't blame you.
He looked like he was crying too. He was like, "Remember that time when I kind of abruptly left and went to college? Yeah, let's talk about that."
We'll let you know what happened. Okay, support for newer VTS plugins such as NDI. Okay, Ricky, my problems may be solved, baby. So
yeah,
you know how for work I do what's the NDI capture?
Yeah.
So the past few weeks, so NDI had an update from NDI 4.6 to NDI 5, which is the newest version of NDI.
Sure.
And vMix, the program I used, their latest update back in I think April, updated for 4.6. So they haven't fully updated for 5.
Yeah.
So for some reason, that might be the reason, but when I bring the NDIs in from Zoom into vMix, the feed freezes.
Really?
Not all of vMix. So like picture like my video feed froze on OBS, but everything else worked. We were still going live. You and K Murphy were chatting away.
Yeah.
You could still hear my audio, but I was frozen.
That's crazy.
That's the problem I've been encountering for the past 2 weeks. And I've been doing like hardware tests, update. I hope it's not my CPU. My CPU is getting its limits tested, pushed.
I doubt it's your CPU.
I doubt it's my CPU too, because I've been doing it for 8 weeks perfectly fine. And I've closed with Premiere open, Livestream open, Zoom open, Bridge open, and vMix open. Like 5 programs that all take up a shit ton of power, all open at the same time, working with no problems while recording. So all of that, my computer's just like...
Get it an asthma pump or something.
Right? It's been working no problem, but the past 2 weeks it's been freezing, and I don't know why. So I'm checking these latest changelog notes, and it looks like they may have fixed it. So I fixed dark mode, thank God.
I can't live without dark mode, to be honest with you. I put dark mode on everything.
For vMix social web interface, okay. That's not appropriate. New Twitter streaming destination. Periscope is discontinued. Okay, that's good.
Okay, so they fixed that.
Streaming to Twitter sucks. Let me just say that out loud. It sucks.
Sounds like it sucks.
The support for newer VST3 plugins such as NDI 5 tools. Let me Google what the fuck that means. Let me also send this to Justin, see if I know what that means. Fixed duplicated text when loading a GT ticker. Okay, that's pretty important. Fixed for error message of a multi-quarter. That's not applied to me. Fixed the issue with disconnecting. I don't know what that is. And yada 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 yada. Okay. So if this doesn't work, I don't know. I'm shit out of luck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, the work might need to buy me a new computer. Which, hey, that's totally cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What else is going on?
Not much. I finally get furniture tomorrow.
Yeah, so my boss, Jill, moved in April.
Yeah?
And she just got furniture to replace yesterday.
You serious?
Yeah, like that's how backlogged it was from like Wayfair, like wherever she was trying to get it. Like half of it came yesterday.
Half? Half.
That's how backed up the housing market is. Right
Yo,
now.
Thank God I went to Bob's discount furniture. Shout out to Bob's.
Yeah, shout out to Bob's, dude.
Bob's is amazing. Because, yeah, my couch and my love seat were only like 3 weeks out from when I ordered it. So, like, this is my 3rd week in the place. So I'll actually, I'll have stuff. It's going to be freaking great. I actually have a fully, like, besides a couple of other stuff, like, I'm pretty much all set together. I just got to, put together the living room and hang some more stuff up because my walls are pretty bare. And I've actually found the place. I found a spot for all of my belts so far.
Dude, I use thumbtacks and put them in the wall.
You thumbtack through the pleather?
No. I thumbtack in the wall, in the actual metal part of the belt. I just hang up.
Gotcha. So like where like it would actually clip in.
The buckle.
Yeah. So it holds then.
Oh yeah. Easy.
I did not know that. I have to give it
my
belt's a shot.
My belt's not that heavy. I've been using the same thumbtack since college. Like I just tape it down and put them in the same thing. I put a piece of tape over it, and then I just open the tape, and a lot of things hang in my room. I hang from thumbtacks.
Really?
A lot of things. All of my apartment all hang. Like this American Minutes thing back there.
Yeah.
Thumbtack behind it, and it just hangs on that. You can't see it, but there's a painting above it. It was a string. I just have thumbtacks on the wall, and the string hangs on it. So, thumbtacks are very useful.
I bet. No, I do. I love thumbtacks. They're great. They're strong. They're sturdy as long as they can get in. I might have to try that. Well, actually, when I get a new belt, I'll probably put it in the background here.
Yeah.
So, let's tweet out some stuff. No hearing back from Kay just yet. We are 15 minutes away from our live show. Let's see. I gotta actually turn my phone off too.
Did you actually watch All Out?
No, not yet. It's on my list. So like, I have off tomorrow. So because I have off tomorrow and I'm off. I'm off the rest of the week. So I literally had Labor Day, I had Monday off, came in for work for 2 days, and now I'm off again. But I have Thursday all to myself, so I'm gonna catch up on like fucking. I haven't watched Takeover yet. I'm gonna watch Takeover. I'm gonna try.
You still haven't watched, dude. Come on now.
Listen. You want to move?
I might have to pretty soon. Who knows?
So I have that, and man, I'm gonna find like an all-out stream and be caught up because like NXT's kind of dead in the water right now anyway. So that's why I kind of like was like, I delayed it.
Yeah, I didn't watch last week's. I haven't watched this week's yet. I haven't watched SmackDown. I haven't watched Raw.
Wow, Adam Pearce just posted a picture of him, and I'm assuming it's his wife as Star Trek geeks, because apparently it's Star Trek Day.
Nice.
I didn't know Adam Pearce was a Trekkie. I should have seen that coming. Fucking Adam Pearce, man. Alright. What else we got? Oh. Got a lot of interactions going on here on the KOTR Twitter page. In the Hot Seat Podcast followed us. Who are you guys? Oh, they have a Twitch. They're from the U.S. Oh, those wrestling girls are done?
Really? That's sad.
Well, no, we're not done. I'm reading this thing right now from those
Didn't
wrestling
they say it
girls.
before, though?
What?
Yeah, they were done, then they came back?
No. From what it seems here, this just got posted a couple of hours ago. You may have noticed we have not released a new episode in a few weeks. Krista B and Queen PR are taking a short break to reevaluate and reassess our show and brand. Sorry for the delay. Appreciate your love and support as we take a much needed mental health break as we deal with the personal matters. It said, last year, since the pandemic started, we made a vow to continue to create content for all of our devoted listeners. Sadly, this did not give us a chance to process and properly deal with the ever-changing world and the incredible losses we've experienced. We are back with new episodes towards the end of the month. Once we are back up and running, we will pick up where we left off. We hope you can understand that all content creators need time to find that spark and inspiration. You're located in, around New York City, or will be attending SmackDown this Friday. Help us begin celebrating with a wrestling fan meetup at Legends Bar with Love Those Wrestling Girls. I would be at the Garden if I didn't have to go to a bachelor party this weekend in PA.
Oh, fuck you. Did you get to go to a bachelor party? That sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible when I'm going to be missing up on Brock Lesnar coming back to the Garden.
Is it a live event? No, so he's going to...
It's SmackDown tomorrow. It's SmackDown in 2 days.
It's in the Garden?
Yes, it's in the Garden.
totally forgot that was a thing.
SmackDown's in the Garden.
Oh yeah, because they're like, oh, they're this because it's the one up AEW going to Queens. Like, no, dude, no.
It's because SmackDown's in the Garden.
No,
oh, hey, Mr. Fretch, what's up, guys?
It's because they WWE booked that month in advance and they don't give a fuck about AEW.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is show talk now, but I really don't think WWE cares about AEW like at all. They should. They probably should. And they're probably gonna start.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, they're gonna start caring.
Up until now, they just don't. They haven't given a fuck about AEW.
Yeah. Also, speaking of AEW, did you hear about they're going to UBS Arena?
That's in Long Island?
That's New Islanders Arena. They're going in December.
Where is that?
It's like you know where the Belmont Stakes is at.
So it's more east.
Closer to Queens.
Oh, it's more west.
Yeah, it's like on the Queens and Nassau border. You know where they have the Belmont Stakes races in that same property.
Yeah.
It's the biggest lower bowl in all of New York too.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very excited for me and Kay Murphy going to the show and
You're gonna say Wimbledon, weren't you?
Yeah. I was gonna say Wimbledon, the U.S. Open arena, whatever the fuck it is.
Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Arthur Ashe Stadium. Even though our seats are gonna be pretty poopy.
Yeah, I feel like up in Arthur Ashe, it's pretty steep.
It probably is gonna be steep.
You know, I would be interested to see how it does. Like, I was watching the U.S. Open because tennis is actually pretty dope. If you just want to sit around and watch something, it's more entertaining than golf. But Arthur Ashe, the complex in and of itself is fucking amazing.
Well, you know how the food is. I'm a food whore.
I know. I'm an Arena food whore too.
Love it.
It's still
we went to City Field 2 weeks ago.
How was it?
Oh, it's great. City Field's amazing.
No, I mean the food. I don't care about the stadium.
Oh, well, have you ever been?
No, I've never been. I've been to the bar next to it, but I have never been inside City Field.
So here's what we did really quickly because we got eight American minutes.
We
so we first get there, scan our tickets, walk up the stairs. It's the first thing I see is a guy with beer. All right, go buy a beer. Go sit down, have a few sips, take a picture of the park, yada yada yada. We get up and I'm looking for this one place. I know where it is, but I forget what it's called. And it's in if you on the left field pole, if you just go back into that back corner, there is a giant mozzarella sticks. They're delicious. They're so soft. They're so gooey.
You asshole, fucking caver. Do you see what he put here?
Baby.
King the Hedgehog. Where did you find that graphic though? It actually is pretty dope.
Yeah, what a great emoji. so those are phenomenal. Next to that's a steak sandwich place.
Was it better than Lobel's?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
But I didn't get it this time, but it is delicious. So I got the mozzarella sticks. We're on the fourth inning. I went in the center field because I was going to get a steak sandwich, but okay, let me see what else is around here because I know it's a Shake Shack.
Yeah.
There's a Shake Shack in dead center.
Yes.
There's also tacos, a filet mignon steak sandwich, which is probably as good as the other one. Yeah.
Ooh.
That line was 3 innings long though, so I didn't want to get it.
Yeah.
And they were playing the Giants, so.
Ooh.
There was a taco place, and then there was a pulled pork sandwich and.
I'm not a pulled pork fan, to be honest with you. It's
what's the other one? Not pulled pork, but they have it with pulled pork. It's not like a rib roast. Brisket.
Brisket, yes.
The brisket sandwich. So I got the brisket sandwich with the mac and cheese. Mac and cheese was dry as fuck, but the brisket sandwich was delicious.
I'm a fan of brisket. Brisket's pretty good.
So the food's good, dude. The food's good, and of course I got my 7th inning sausage as I always do.
Of course, you have to.
It's my tradition. Every time I go to a ball game, it's the last thing I get. 7th inning, I get the sausage. It's the last thing I eat.
Pulled pork, you have my attention. Fretch, you like pulled pork? What is everybody's favorite barbecue here? You can't say chicken.
All right, Ricky, bring in K Murphy. You're supposed to call them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Totally forgot.
Do you not have their new account?
No, I do have K's new account, but they both say K Murphy.
Does it say they're online? Maybe that was the problem.
I don't know. Hold on. Ribs, of course, Kafer. It's waiting for somebody to say ribs. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll try and bring her in. I just don't know which one it is. I was gonna have both.
See which one sticks.
I
found it. Because they both. We added both of them. All right. There you are.
All right. Do we have a loud? There we go. We have a loud K Murphy.
Well, you're yelling, Kay. What is going on?
I'm stressed.
Why?
Are we like live now?
Oh
We
yeah,
are live on the pre-show.
it's our pre-show.
We're about to.
Great,
Me and you.
off air.
Me and you are about to have our match. The finish is you put me in a choke slam on the turnbuckle. My neck breaks, so I win via disqualification.
Yeah.
So, hi, Mr. Fred. Sorry I'm late. No one called me.
No, you are right on time.
You're perfectly on time. We're about to start, so.
Yeah, we forget you have a new Skype handle, and they both.
They both say K Murphy. By the way,
they both say K Murphy, and they both have your picture. So I don't know which one's. I don't know. All right.
Probably I'll change the picture on the current one so we know what it is.
Okay, that works. The Mr. Francis called us the Taco Bell KFC Honey Mustard pre-show. I kind of like it if we wouldn't get sued.
I kind of like it if it wasn't honey mustard.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of honey mustard.
I am a blue cheese whore. Not gonna lie.
Okay, why are you so choppy for some reason? That's weird.
I'm choppy.
You were for a little bit.
No,
Your connection was a little choppy.
The only thing that's different is I have my computer angled a different way. Like,
All about the angles.
well, 'cause normally I'm straight across, but like it's kind of ugly here.
I don't think a computer angle is going to make much of a difference for your internet
I
connection.
know.
if it did, call Verizon because that has a.
Oh, we do need a pre-show. You know what? We're gonna need to come out with like a pre-show like slide. Maybe we'll call it like the meat slapping pre-show.
Ooh, I can fuck with that.
I can make a logo.
We already have a meat slapping madness pre-show, right?
It's Slapping Majesty. How about the pre-show's called the just Meat Slapping Majesty?
The meat slapping majesty pre-show. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I do like it. Meat.
I think we should drop that. Also, I think we should drop that shirt soon.
I want to do a meat slapping majesty shirt. I also want to do. You know the one you created for Fret's The Raw is War.
Yes.
I want to make that an actual shirt. I was looking. I was like, that's actually a really good shirt.
Thank you. Hell yeah, I can do that. Let's do it.
Yeah, because Kate with the bars.
Oh, I should send you guys the logo Jazz made me for the Comfort Zone, my new podcast.
Oh, Fret's also said we can also use Tip of the Crown pre-show as well. That could be Tip of the Crown post-show, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because we're at the tip of the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. That also makes sense. Look at you, K Murphy.
Look at that. You're on the ball today, Kay.
Yeah. It was meat slapping majesty.
Damn right it is. Alright, let me turn the AC off, actually. So I don't hear about humming in the background. Alright.
I have dynamite on me and I will mute my mic when pump comes on.
Of course you will. Alright, so what do we got about less than...
Do you see my shirt, by the way, everyone? It's here.
I love your bones. Anyway, folks, we're gonna get this party going. We'll see you guys in a minute when we actually start the show. So we will be back soon. Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, AEW literally went all out and pulled out all the stops for their premiere show of the year. We recap all the twists, turns, and surprises that was this epic pay-per-view. Plus, Mick Foley has some choice words for WWE. Kevin Owens' contract is expiring, and is anyone excited about a new NXT? So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you read over all your contractual obligations because it's almost time to sign on the dotted line because it's Kings of the Rings podcast exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
I like that, Ricky. That was good.
That was very good.
All right, I'll admit it. All Out was really fucking good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Holy shit.
My
What a pay-per-view,
Lord Almighty. There's almost no words. Words for that.
I'm really glad that I'm the one that hosted my friend's All Out party because our party was banger and so was that pay-per-view.
Yeah, an amazing time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome officially to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode 264, Shock the System, because that's exactly what AEW did this week. They shocked the system. They shocked the wrestling world. You could not escape it. AEW is the talk of professional wrestling and sports entertainment at the moment. Of course, I'm your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T and DK Murphy. Guys, how you guys doing?
I'm good, man. I went back to the office for the first time since March 2020 today, and let me tell you, there was a learning curve. I had to do everything. It wasn't a complete disaster, but going live from live stream or recording from live stream, learning how to do all that, it's going to take a few weeks. I'm only going in once or twice a week, but I'll get there. Consider my system shocked, guys. My wrestling system is shocked. My professional system is shocked. My podcasting system is shocked. I am just shocked all over the place. K. Murphy, I hope you're shocked with me.
Y'all, I have so much shocking shit going on this week.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. I've made some new friends that live in the city. I'm very excited to be expanding my social circle. I hosted my first party ever in my whole life, actually. I've never hosted a party before.
Really?
Okay, so I didn't have friends as a kid, so I didn't have birthday parties. My birthday was in the summer, so I didn't have a class that was contractually obligated to see me for my birthday. So I never had a birthday party for myself or threw a party. I always went out and shit, but I never hosted a party. And when I lived with my ex-boyfriend, the closest thing to a party we'd ever had is him and his friend would play Friday Night Magic in my living room, where they would listen to records, drink craft beer, and cook vegan food. Terrible.
You know, that sounded great until you said cook vegan food.
It was. I'm not into magic, and just the vibes are just really bad. I hated it.
I was playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gathering.
All right, never mind. I take some of that back.
Thank you. So I hosted All Out because CM Punk came back. There was no way I wasn't having that party.
You know what's crazy about All Out is that CM Punk returning is the fourth or fifth biggest talking point in the entire show.
Probably because his match wasn't that good.
Probably. We'll talk about it. I'll give you time to talk about it, Kay. Don't worry. You'll be able to defend your little punkster. But we do have to talk about what I believe was the biggest shock of the entire All Out festivity during All Out. Like we said already, All Out, fantastic show. This pretty much is AEW's WrestleMania at this point. They booked it as such, and screw it. If it's going to be the WrestleMania, have it be the WrestleMania. Good time to have it. The biggest shock in all of professional wrestling, the golden child that is the moneymaker, Adam Cole, Bebe, became All Elite Bebe. And so a lot of people are wondering, how did this happen so quickly? Well, I'll tell you why. Adam Cole wasn't fired from WWE.
Yeah. He doesn't have a no-compete clause.
Adam Cole's contract ran out. So once his contract runs out, there is no no-compete clause that gets put in the way. He can jump anywhere he wants to go, and he took that opportunity and ran with it.
Not gonna lie, guys, he 1,000% made the right decision.
Yes.
Because of the show cover, the Young Bucks kissing him, bringing on the Elite, like it fits. It's so natural. It's perfect. But not gonna lie, again, I am very surprised the internet isn't this like burying this because like Daniel Bryan came out right after and kind of stole his thunder.
But it's.
I disagree.
I still think Adam Cole's the biggest move. Yeah.
I think so. Well, number one, I was right. I've been saying he was coming. So number two, I don't feel that either of them upstage each other. I feel getting both of them. I have a really vulgar way to describe it.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, you came with Adam Cole, and then you came again with D-Bry. Like, there's nothing bad. It's great. Like, it's not bad.
It is very unorthodox to do two.
Made the moment more exciting.
It's very unorthodox to do two mega surprises back to back.
It was ballsy.
It's very ballsy.
It was definitely ballsy, and like, I didn't watch this live because I was away this weekend, but I made sure not to go on social media and not to know what was going to happen, but it was inevitable. I saw it eventually that Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan were all elite. And I was like, all right, that's fine. But I didn't know when or where they were coming.
Yeah.
So by the ends, I was like, well, goddamn. I thought it was brilliant. Now, AEW has had some growing pains with finishes and endings to pay-per-views lately.
This is the perfect finish.
This was tremendous. It's very exciting, and dare I say, AEW is now the better product.
We'll have to see how they move with all these people. Obviously, Daniel Bryan.
They definitely have the better roster.
Or Bryan Danielson, as we'll say, because he also came out to Flight of the Bumblebees, or whatever it's. Yeah, Flight of Valkyrie. Sorry, not Flight of the Bumblebees.
It slaps.
It was remixed. No, it's not a remix. It's that's more of the original tune.
His friend produced his music, apparently.
Well, when it first starts out, yeah, Ricky, but then it goes right into a rap beat like immediately.
Was it a rap beat? Because I felt like it.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to it again because I know
there's a
WWE it was like a guitar version.
There's a version of it where Bryan Danielson had said that like he wants to kick everyone's fucking head in. They edited that into the beat.
Interesting.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, he came out and didn't know Yes Chan. He was, classic Bryan Danielson. So Bryan Danielson is all leading. Good for him. What I do want to talk about before we move over to the other 3 or 4 surprises that All Out pulled off in the same night was AEW does this really cool thing that I think NXT tried to do for a while. They do these like these post-show press conferences. When they have a lot of media talk to them, and I think that's something that WWE should have done years ago, especially at NXT because they had the roster to do it. And there was a lot of, and it was really pleasant to see and listen and hear from Adam Cole and from Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, with a lot of not WWE slander. They acknowledged the fact that they spoke with Vince. They acknowledged the fact that they enjoyed speaking with Vince, and that they enjoyed. And that they had very positive conversations with Vince McMahon. A lot of times when you have wrestlers who leave from one company and another, it's very popular to bash the other. Yeah. And talking down. And Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan did not do that at all, which I thought was really pleasant to see. Daniel Bryan even went as far as calling Vince more like a father figure.
Well, we hear that all the time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think these two just saw different opportunities that were more exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the matchups. Look at all it's Daniel Bryan leaving WWE to become Bryan Danielson in AEW. That's just like a no-brainer because what else is there for him to do in WWE?
There's nothing for him in WWE.
Nothing.
As opposed to, he can go work with the Bucks, he can work with Cody, he can work with Kenny, he can work with Punk, he can work with Cole, he can work with He can work with Moxley. He can work with Miro. He can work with Darby. He can work with Orange. There's so many people, so many matchups I want to see Bryan Danielson in.
Plus, he can go to Japan and Impact too. So there's even more.
And he can go to Japan.
Like
that whole thing to do with Moxley in Japan, it's so good.
Which I find interesting too, because I heard that WWE was going to actually give Daniel Bryan leeway to actually work other places. That's how much they wanted to keep him.
Yeah, I believe that.
You know.
Hey, you know what? I bet AEW threw more money at him.
Potentially. What I thought was interesting from what Daniel Bryan was quoted as saying at the post-show press conference was that he mentioned that Vince is as often. He loves Vince. He had a great conversation with Vince. Blah blah blah. He said I wanted to have a chance to test my boundaries, and he pretty much hints that Vince is a little bit restrictive of that. And I get it from both angles. Daniel Bryan's one of those people who they had to pretty much tell him you can't wrestle anymore. They had to force him to retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see how that mentality clashes, and then I see how Vince, even if Daniel Bryan didn't have concussion issues, would be one of those people who would still try to test the limits, and Vince would be like, no, I don't want you to do that. Vince is an old school businessman. We've said this before. He has his hands in the pot. He knows he comes from that same realm of an Al Davis, a Jerry Jones, even a George Steinbrenner of the New York Yankees, where they have their hands on everything and they have to control everything. And it's hard for men like that to really let their properties, we'll put it that way, they're super, because Daniel Bryan is technically a property of WWE, let their properties expand on their own, which I think is a big issue for WWE now.
It is, but I think we're going to talk, we might talk about this a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because AEW's roster is stacked.
It's a huge roster.
Absolutely stacked. It's a huge roster. And you see all these people jumping ship from WWE to AEW. You're going to see people jump the other way.
Yeah.
You're going to see, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Hangman Adam Page show up on SmackDown eventually. Or a Sammy Guevara showing up on Raw. Right? Or Lance Archer hopping over. You're going to see some guys who aren't being used
move over.
And it's going to be, WWE looks like they're in trouble right now. In the long run, they will be just fine. This is good news, believe it or not, for both companies.
Yes, competition. Visible hand of competition means the consumer will win in the long run.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's one thing, though. Say if Sammy Guevara hops over.
Oof.
Where does he go?
He goes up against Sasha Banks for the on SmackDown.
Oh my god!
End the feud already.
Stop.
But what I mean by that is
intergender match in history.
What I mean by that is, does he go to NXT?
What is NXT
I think
now?
So. I'm so concerned.
Because if I was on AEW, I wouldn't jump ship to go to NXT. That's to me, that's a downgrade. You're on national TV with a growing audience, hopefully.
Yeah.
Probably making more money. So if I was to make that jump from AEW to WWE, if I'm Sammy Guevara, I'd be like, no, put me on Raw. If I'm Lance Archer, throw me on SmackDown. I'm not coming.
Yeah. Good job. Business Price picked up. It was overprotected was the word Daniel Bryan used.
Yeah.
Yeah, which he was. Honestly,
he was.
For good reason.
Yeah, and I would be too.
Reason. Right? I mean, the guy has 2 kids. And I honestly don't think, just from Brian's comments, I don't think he holds that against Vince or WWE either.
It doesn't seem like it now.
It's just listen, my contract's up. I'm going to go do this now. Thank you for everything. Same with Adam Cole. Adam Cole definitely made the right move because, again, there's so many matchups. I don't want to see him go to SmackDown and face Baron Corbin.
No, I want to see him face Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee, sorry.
That too. I don't want to see him go to Raw and fight Shanky and Jinder. I don't care. I want to see him with the Elite because it's going to be amazing.
Which is a shame because in the way I think about it, how in the hell do you let Adam Cole walk?
Yeah, they fucked up.
I heard that they offered him a fuck ton of money and they said that he had to drop his Twitch, and Adam Cole said,
and that was a non-negotiable.
Yes.
Fair enough. I mean, listen, Adam Cole too. His girlfriend's there. All of his friends are there, and it's a hot product. Fuck yeah, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Cole should have been the future of WWE. Coming out of, he should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, look at his 2019 performance leading up to and through Survivor Series.
Him and Daniel Bryan had one of the best matches of the year when everyone was stuck on the plane from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Well, now
His triple threat at Survivor Series was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
He tore it up. He tore up the entire WWE roster.
Well, let me ask you: would you rather be the future of WWE
or
the future of wrestling?
The future of wrestling, 1,000,000%.
Right now, Adam Cole's the future of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I like the way that you put it. You know, and
I mean, you'll probably get more fame and money in WWE in the long run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Adam Cole also strikes me as a guy who just loves the business. He's a mark.
He's definitely a mark. He's definitely a mark.
Right? Daniel Bryan.
Mark.
All the people on top in AEW, Cody, Kenny, the Bucks.
Marks.
Gallows and Anderson. Marks. Moxley, a mark.
Yeah. So it's
right. Like, you don't have that in WWE. Kevin Owens is a mark, but he's also a father.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Kevin Owens is leaving. To be honest, I don't think he'll.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of KO betting a little bit later. So yeah, I can understand why Twitch is non-negotiable because he does a fuck ton of content on Twitch.
He probably makes good money too.
Up, down, down. He's forever on up, down, down for now, but he's gonna have to leave because WWE technically owns up, down, down. It's kind of like their weird thing. About Jessamine Duke is still on the show. So we'll see what happens with that. But best of luck to him. I mean, I loved Adam Cole's comments about Vince as well. He said he had a positive conversation with Vince. It was a good thing. So it's just one of those things where I think Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole in particular both came to Vince respectful as men, and they just had a difference of opinion. They let him, and Vince let him walk, and Vince is going to hold him down. So we'll see what happens from there. So moving on to another giant surprise.
Oh my God! Yeah.
The Joker.
I screamed.
Go ahead, Kay.
I screamed so loud that I heard everyone's ears. It was high pitched.
So glad I didn't show up to this party.
Wow! Thanks.
Ruby Soho debuts as well. Wins the pre-show battle royal, right? Or was it on the main show?
Main show.
Was the main show? Yeah.
Main show. Yep. It was in a bad spot. It was after the cage match.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was in a bad spot.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Okay, but she wins, and she is now all elite with some of the softest hands I've ever felt in my life. Congratulations to Ruby.
Great song too.
Yes.
That's
great
one of
song.
my favorite bands.
Is it Rancid, Kay?
It is Rancid.
Yeah, that's Rancid.
It is Rancid. Yeah, I know they made the song just for her.
No, it's that song's from Out Come the Wolves, and Lars Fredrickson bestowed the song upon her because he hosts a wrestling podcast, and she was on it.
Consider me corrected. This is a great get for AEW. This is a talent that they desperately need in that women's division.
Especially since he was underutilized on Raw and SmackDown. For
sure. She's different. I mean, look at that picture. She's terrifying. She's a great character.
She's great on the mic, too.
I was just going to say she isn't. Unless...
I thought she was fine on the mic when she was running with the Riot Squad.
Unless she just couldn't do that whole WWE cadence. I bet if she has more free reign in AEW, she'll find her voice and she'll be fine.
Would you rather have her or Sarah Logan on the mic?
Her, for sure.
Her.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying from what I've seen, WWE has room for improvement.
Yeah.
Overall, the AEW's women's roster still needs a lot of work. I'll be very impressed once Sasha Banks gets there before once her contract runs out. Essentially, I think she's going to AEW.
That's a huge get.
Yeah, Sasha. I think Sasha Banks is just on her way out of WWE for multiple reasons.
Yeah. Multiple reasons. What's going on my phone here? But that wasn't the last surprise of the night. Besides apparently that epic tag match, Minoru Suzuki, one of the most badass people to ever wrestle in the history of wrestling, one of the toughest sons of bitches anywhere you can find, shows up and is deciding that he wants to beat the shit out of Moxley.
Was he in that MSG show, Ricky, that we went at?
I want to say yes, but I don't remember.
I think he was.
Because I remember people losing their shit and singing his song.
Yeah.
It sounds about right.
like when he entered the ring and everyone was just like, yeah, bro, yeah, whatever they're saying in his song word, because they all knew the words. I don't.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I think that. Okay, I forgot you were there too at MSG. I was like,
Yeah.
I think this guy was at the MSG show because I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
My ex, I went to that show with my ex
Yeah, you did.
on that weekend. Yeah. He cried a little bit and was screaming the song.
That's why he's an ex. Man up.
That's not nice to call someone.
Oh man, but I'm excited. I'm interested to see where this goes. Obviously, I don't think Suzuki's completely all elite. They didn't give him the graphic, but he's here to have a feud with Moxley, which opens up, the NJPW and Moxley, which I think is a good thing actually.
I do too.
Because
I love it. I love what Moxley's doing because he's like, there's nothing for him in the main roster, the main picture.
Not anymore, no.
But they're attraction matches, as Bruce Pritchard would call
It's
them.
like, you remember when it is an attraction match. It's like when remember at the end of his run in NXT, Sami Zayn just had nothing to do.
Yeah.
And then William Regal's like, oh, okay, we'll bring in Shinsuke. So the fight would be, or like Tyler Breeze had nothing to do towards the beginning of Takeover, the first ever Takeover in Brooklyn. He was like, oh, let's bring in Jushin Thunder Liger, attraction match, boom.
It's weird because AEW does this a lot where, like, Moxley is in his own world.
Yeah.
It's like AEW has a multiverse on its own shows where Moxley is so separate from everyone else, but he's just as over as a Kenny Omega. He's just as over as anybody else on that roster.
Mm-hmm.
He is super over, doing something completely different. AEW is so good at making sure everyone has a completely different and interesting storyline.
And then he's in this different world, but you got to be able to mix them together. And it seems like they're doing a good job of doing that.
Yeah.
As well.
And the Elite still dominates. Like, that was another thing, too. Like, Kenny Omega and Christian closed the show.
Yeah.
100% the right call, because CM Punk's a huge deal. Don't get me wrong. In Chicago, huge deal. Ruby Soho, huge deal. Like, all these other things that happen on the card, huge deal. But don't forget, Kenny Omega's the fucking man in this company.
Yeah, he's also one of the bigger owners of the company as well. Kay Murphy, even though you're distracted right now, talk to us about the Punk match.
Well, CM Punk is on TV right now.
Well, what timing we have here?
Timing.
All right, I'll talk about the Punk.
Look about CM. I can call him CM Pants now. He's actually wearing pants. Look
You
at this.
go first. Let me
like-
watch this really fast.
I like him in pants. Not gonna lie, I like him in pants. The match wasn't terrible. It was very whelming. It was whelming. And Chet, please tell me, because I know you're gonna think I'm wrong, but like it is compared to everything else on the card. It felt like it felt like a WWE match on an AEW card.
Really?
Yes.
With like the pacing and stuff?
Yeah, like it was slower, a lot of rest holds. They got about like 10, 15 minutes. It wasn't a bad match, like CM Punk and Darby both got their high spots, and a little one-upsmanship in the beginning, like CM Punk ragdolled him in for the coffin drop, and then he sat up and did a little laugh at him like Undertaker did with Brock.
Nice.
So they had their good moments. They told a good story. The match itself was just like, I expected a little more from these two. But
it's also been 7 years since it's been in the ring.
Yeah. I mean, the ring rust was there a little bit.
Yeah. It'll get better with time. I just want to see how high up CM Punk climbs within this first year. It's going to be very telling.
Are you ready, Cambridge? Did I stall enough for you?
No, but I'm just going to start.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I need you to know that I sobbed for most of it. Was legitimately... I'm going to paint you a picture.
Just paint us a picture of a waterfall. That's all I can see right now.
Basically, so I now own 4 CM Punk shirts as a result of this.
You cried so hard you bought stuff.
No, this shirt that I'm wearing today was supposed to be my All Out shirt, but Extreme Wrestling Shirt sent me the wrong shirt, so they sent me the Best in the World shirt. So I wore that.
Okay.
I am the best in the world. I have my friends over. We are full of pasta. I'm very high. And then First of all, I disagree with the placement on the card, but whatever.
Where would you have him?
I mean, Paul White was a fucking joke. In the time it took me to walk AJ out to his car, the match was over.
Yeah, I literally was like, "Oh, Paul White's on, great!" Like I had to, I think I took out the trash. Maybe, like, I cleaned some stuff from my fish tank in my tub. Like, there's a few. I did like a little bit of chores, and it was over before it started. I actually do agree with K Murphy. Match placement was a little weird, but like it was. I think K Murphy, correct me if I'm wrong. It was Punk, Paul White, and then the main event.
I don't think Kay's even paying attention to you.
No, they're not paying attention.
The mic's even muted too. Yeah.
I think.
Kay, you're muted. You're muted, Kay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's where it was.
It's muted because the TV is loud.
We can't hear it at all. But go ahead.
I know. Oh, you can't hear this?
No.
No.
Oh, thank God. Great. Okay.
It's okay.
So,
where was it? Was it Punk, Paul White, then the main event?
Correct. I mean, with
Where
the
did
main
you
event,
put it?
Paul White would have not been there. I figured.
No, you need a Paul White. You need a Paul White as a.
You need to come down.
Yeah.
It sucked, but it was just, it felt weird.
To be honest with you, if I'm doing this card and I haven't seen the whole card, I would have put Punk and Darby first. Fuck it.
I would not have put that first. Because
No.
the crowd would have died and been gassed for most of the show.
Not gonna lie, the crowd was pretty gassed by the time the CM Punk match was on.
It's true.
Like the crowd was a little bit on their hands for the Punk match. I mean, it wasn't that much to really pop for, especially because what they saw from the rest of the matches. Like this crowd had a lot to work with.
Yeah.
This crowd was exhausted. And not gonna lie, most of the crowd they kept the energy really well.
What do you give us some commentary, Kay?
Taz is screaming at Punk.
Perfect.
True. Oh, he says any fucking challenge whatever member of Team Taz he wants.
I hope he just beats up Hook. Ricky Starks. I mean, Ricky Starks versus CM Punk wouldn't be a bad match.
That'd be a fun match.
Good on the mic, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The match, like, I expected it to be slow because it's his first match back, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I did not expect a 2006 ECW match. The fact that he was in the ring and looked that good and won was enough for me.
Could you imagine if he lost?
I would have had a fight. There would have been a problem. Yeah, I would have fought God. I would have gone to Chicago, and I would have keyed Tony Khan's car.
He probably just has another one waiting.
I know, but I would also like to point out that I had worked the day after All Out, and it was hard. My sleep schedule is still fucked up from All Out.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
I know.
Good thing I'm off tomorrow, so I can actually watch this.
Me too. I'm currently on a 4-day weekend.
So what are you guys rating All Out before we move on?
Hang on, we gotta talk about the cage match, dude.
Talk about the cage match. Go right ahead.
That cage match, oh my good God.
It's the best cage match I've ever seen in my whole life.
Match of the week, dude. Easy.
Yeah.
I know Kane Rivers meets CM Punk, but that's fine. It was outstanding. There was this part where the four guys are like standing like in a circle, and they're just going back and forth, chopping each other. So like, Nick Jackson chops Phoenix, Phoenix chops Matt Jackson chops Penta chops Nick Jackson, and they do super kicks. And then they do chops, and they do super kicks, and then like Phoenix gets a super kick down, then he does a kick up, and does a super kick. Then Nick Jackson does a super kick, kick up and a super kick. It was just like, what is going on? They put thumbtacks on the bottom of shoes and did super kicks.
Ew.
Like that was a little much. I think they went a little overboard there, but commentary made a lot of points throughout the card to go, if this is your first time watching us, this is what AEW is all about, like something like that. Welcome to AEW. It's just like
Good call,
because a lot of people probably were watching AEW for the first
because Punk's back.
And a lot of those people, and that's another reason why Punk was late. That's another reason why you don't do Punk at the beginning of the card. Because they're going to watch it and they're going to drop. Another reason why you don't have a main event. So, I think AEW did a really good job, because this was show stealer position. It was like dead smack in the middle.
Yeah.
Fantastic match. We have new tag team champions. And Penta was busted open. Phoenix was busted open. Nick Jackson was busted open. Like, the Young Bucks have consistently put on 5-star matches all year long. Every time they wrestle, they have the best match on the card. It's incredible. These guys are so good as a tag team.
But they actually dropped. They
dropped.
They did drop. Okay, good for them.
Thank God.
Yeah, good for them.
I want fucking Lucha Bros versus LAX at Arthur Ashe. So bad.
That would be dope.
That would be great.
That'd be really dope. So overall, what are you crowning this pay-per-view?
Oh, wait, what about Jericho's match? Come on, Ricky, get the fuck out of here.
We have other things to talk about right now.
This
Jericho.
is the greatest pay-per-view.
It's not take it easy, Kay. It may be AEW's best pay-per-view. I will give you
Jericho MJF was also really good. They had a really good.
Isn't that the match you didn't care about?
It is, but it was a good match.
Yeah, it's fine.
Jericho won. Loved it. Great. All right, now we can move on.
Now, what are you crowning this now?
Oh, 9.
Okay.
10.
Fretz also gave it a 10. Bold move. Bold things to look up to. So, best of the year overall. Good job. So,
This
couple
is
of days.
Probably my favorite pay-per-view I've ever seen.
That's saying a lot, Kay.
That is
that's saying a lot.
You've been to a WrestleMania.
I know. And that was better than Mania was.
Good
Take it
WrestleMania.
easy, Kay. It
know.
was not better than what WrestleMania was when you went. Take it easy.
I'm not taking it.
You better take it easy. Someone who didn't take it easy, though, was Mick Foley, who, from time to time, gets on these social media rants about the WWE product in particular, and sometimes it's about wrestling as a whole. So Mick Foley obviously saw All Out, or was privy to some of the news that came out of All Out, and he had some pretty interesting words, which are going to queue up right now. So, Will, you ready?
Yep, minute clip, so sit tight, ladies and gentlemen.
WWE, we've got a problem, because I think you do. And that problem is that WWE is no longer the place for talent to aspire to. Part of it is because AEW is doing a great job of attracting great talent, proven talent, building other talent, creating storylines, but part of it is a problem of your own making. I think younger talent sees the way that developmental characters are cut or left by the wayside, or in the case of Karrion Kross, greatly watered down and even made a joke of when they debut on the main roster. If it's not broke, don't fix it. If I was an aspiring talent now, big league talent with a major decision to make, I'm not sure that I would trust WWE Creative to do the right thing with my career. You guys did wonders with me back in the day, but that was a different time, different place. If it was today, I'm not sure I would trust the powers to be with my career in their hands. And until that changes, WWE, you've got a problem.
All right.
Hey,
Ricky?
Will,
Yes, Kay Murphy?
he wanted Hook.
He wanted Hook?
Yeah.
Fuck Hook, man.
Could send Hook.
All right, Ricky, you told me to cut this clip, so what's on your mind?
I think it's 100% right.
I do too.
I think
he's 100,000%.
Yeah, I think it's 100,000% right. The WWE not being the land where people want to go to is a creation of their own dissolution of NXT. They had the hottest brand in wrestling, not Raw, not SmackDown. NXT was the perfect mix of indie-rific shit with WWE sprinkled in, with WWE production sprinkled in on there. Nothing was beating that for years.
Yeah, it's been number one since like 2016.
Yeah.
Up until like 2020.
Yeah, nothing was beating that for years. Their product was great. The problem is when a good amount of these characters transition from NXT over to Raw or SmackDown, like Foley said, Creative didn't know what to do with them. Creative didn't know who they were most of the time, and a lot of characters got watered down or just thrown to the wayside because they had no idea what the fuck to do with them, which is a creation. Like, how are you in the same company and don't know about your up-and-coming stars and what they do and what they do best? Perfect example, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode's character in NXT, perfect. Absolutely perfect. He's the perfect shit heel, perfect guy on the mic. He gets to SmackDown and he's an afterthought. Absolute afterthought. And this happened over and over and over again. There are some people who were able to kind of fight over that. Kevin Owens kind of fought his way over that. Sami Zayn took a while, but got his kind of way over that. Shinsuke is a hit or miss, depending on the time of the year. You know, Baron Corbin fucked up at the beginning, but now he's like rich again. You know, Shawn Spears, exactly, another good one. Karrion Kross got backstage politics that really screwed him over. But even then, to what extent are you really going to fuck over this man's career?
Balor, his career's been fucked over.
You know, Balor. So you keep on seeing this over and over and over and over and over again. It makes you hesitant, but at this point in time, NXT, WWE, still the biggest thing in town. Now here comes AEW, who is saying, hey, we feel some of your pain. We know what the product does. We know what that other product does, and we're going to give you a little bit more freedom and more control to do what you want and still kind of get yourself over and do what you do best and not be so puppeted around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, we have a boatload of money.
Yeah. Well,
did we mention that?
But we also have billions of dollars. And they're like, all we ask is just be patient with us. We're going to build something here. And from a young talent like an Adam Cole, who's still relatively young, that's intriguing. That's very intriguing. And proof is in the pudding. You know, AEW is putting on a better overall product week in and week out than WWE. WWE has its good moments here and there. A lot of the times their pay-per-views do really well, like Will and I say, but their television is kind of hit and miss.
Honestly,
it's a miss.
You know,
it's always a miss for me.
And as a young up and coming talent, WWE is not the end all be all. And until WWE fixes some of their stuff from an internal standpoint, until they give the talent a little bit more freedom to be the character that they want to be. Foley mentioned that Creative did a lot of good stuff with him, but Foley was also able to explore his character.
Yeah.
Like, Foley had these unbelievable vignettes with Jim Ross.
Yeah.
That he really got a chance to flesh out his character. And there is no talent in WWE that gets to do that. At all. You know, and so it has a problem until WWE kind of loosens those reins and gives a little bit more freedom to the talent for them to kind of work. WWE is going to have a major problem because it's the creative process. The creative process isn't, here's my idea and you have to execute my idea. The creative process is more like, here's my idea. What do you think about that idea? Is it good, is it bad? What can you contribute to the idea? It's a back and forth. Mm-hmm. You know, and WWE, I don't think does that back and forth as well as they used to. You know, and on the flip side, you can say AEW maybe doesn't do that back and forth that well too. Maybe the talent has too much creative power, but it's always kind of like a push and a pull, a give and a get, and you kind of have to kind of work towards that balance, and eventually you'll strike gold. But if it's too one-sided either way, it's gonna cause an issue. And
for sure,
and WWE has that issue right now.
Honestly, where I'm at with WWE right now is I'm right now waiting to see what happens to NXT next week.
Oh, yes.
But I'm about to break up with WWE.
And UK is officially dissolved.
Yes, UK is.
No, yes, but no. Like the company, like whatever, if the businessy shit is dissolving, but the brand itself, like wrestling, is not. They announced that today.
So, can you explain that?
Hold on. Let me find the article, because I don't know how to talk about that shit. Because I found out the day of All Out that NXT UK was dissolving, and I had a fucking meltdown. I was kind of having like if it neither can live while the other survives moment, because I'm like CM Punk and NXT UK can't be in the same universe. It's true. That's how I felt.
So wait, okay.
Like,
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can explain that for you while you're looking for it. Because I was reading up a little bit on it too. I know WWE had an NXT UK, like I guess, official company under like the European Union, I think, and I think that dissolved.
So, they filed to dissolve WWE UK Holdings Ltd on August 25th. It officially dissolved yesterday, Tuesday the 7th. It was incorporated in July of 2019 as a private limited company, and the creative director of NXT UK, Jim Smallman, said that it's not shutting down and that the UK Holdings has nothing to do with NXT UK. However, I think it's going to fold anyway.
So they closed the company, so they're not like getting traded on like UK stock or whatever, but they still have the brand. It makes sense to me, but it still doesn't. It still doesn't give a lot of promise to what the brand's future is, which is a shame because the brand has a lot of talent. Brand has a lot of talent.
A lot.
And what do you do?
And they're slowly but surely going to NXT.
Yes. The only person who's never going is Walter.
Yeah.
Because Walter does not want to relocate to the U.S.
I don't blame him.
You know, so it is what it is. But back to the Foley thing, I think Foley is 100% correct, and they gotta fix their shit.
Yeah.
But like you said, Will, in the beginning, it looks bad right now for WWE. And AEW is getting a lot of well-deserved press at this moment. But eventually, that pendulum's probably going to swing back the other way, and it's going to balance out, and the consumer's going to win.
Let me put it this way. Here's what I thought about, like, in the middle of the show. Like, with NXT going into this realm of uncertainty where we don't know what's next, well, that already was a thing. And you know what we got out of that? The Wyatt family and the Shield.
Yes, we did.
So keep that in the back of your mind. Like, maybe an issue, and Ricky, to your point, where how do they not know what's going on developmental? From a production standpoint and creating content, now I don't create as much content as WWE does, so I can't even imagine what it's like. But I know what it's like to be in a fast-paced environment.
Yeah.
And when you're going that fast, you don't even have time to look back at what you did, let alone on something you're not responsible for.
Makes sense.
Like, I know for the content I make for my job, there's people in the company who probably should, but don't watch a single thing of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. And that's not their fault, because they have so many other things they have to do to focus on their job. They don't have the time or the resources to do it. So WWE Creative, not knowing who these guys are, yeah, they should know who they are. They probably should watch NXT, but they're writing 5 hours of TV a week.
Yeah.
Which is difficult.
And time-consuming.
For wrestling. So they got to focus on what they're doing. And plus, Vince comes in Monday morning and rewrites all of it. So it's way easier said than done. 100%.
Agreed.
I do understand that. So maybe NXT taking a step back to kind of take that pressure off of the writers as well as the fans for the expectation of knowing who these guys are, because they see something in these young guys that we don't see because we're not in the business.
Yeah.
We just see the characters on TV. Mm-hmm. So if they can find that and then push it and exploit it on the main roster and develop their characters on the main roster, maybe it's a benefit. You know, maybe WWE doesn't need an NXT on television.
Maybe.
I mean, because if I'm a young guy, one thing I will disagree with Foley with, if I'm a young guy, if I'm a rookie, I'm going to NXT developmental, because I'm going to learn everything.
Because you're going to learn from the best in the business.
That, and if I go to AEW, I'm not going to be used because they have a stacked roster.
And you're too young.
That too. But I'm not going to be on Dark Elevation. I'm going to be on Dark. Cool. I'll be on NXT. I'll learn from William Regal and all those trainers. Mm-hmm. But
learn from Shawn Michaels.
If I'm a main eventer, if I'm an indie guy, if I have an internet fame, I'm going to AEW. I'm going to be used.
Yeah.
I go to WWE to NXT to learn, AEW to be a main eventer.
That makes sense. So before we move over, we are going to talk a little bit more about NXT and what we might expect from it at all. But we are going to take a quick break, as in we're not going to take a break at all because we're just going to keep streaming. Exactly. But I do want to take some time out to talk about and exploit some of our other things that we do. Especially, obviously we have some merch that we've been talking about on the pre-show, some Meat Slapping Madness merch that'll come out, Raw's War merch, our official Kings of the Rings merch, which I'm wearing right now. You can get it in hoodies, tees, tanks, a whole bunch of other stuff. Just head to our shop on our spring store, or Teespring or spring store, which I do have to update with a little bit of some fall things. They have bucket hats available now. Bucket hats and biker shorts, apparently.
Biker shorts.
We have biker shorts now?
Apparently, yes. It's on my list of things to look at.
Yeah.
Do we have trucker hats?
I don't think we have trucker hats. I don't think we have trucker hats. But we can push a lot of stuff. I do want to do our zip-up hoodies as well. But yes, all of that's going to be, all of that's in our Teespring store. Links are in the description below. You can also check out some of our other amazing shows on Wrestle Addict Radio, including Mr. Fretz's Fretzelmania on Fretz Fridays. Yes, Mr. YLP and the Young Lions perspective. As well, and Mance, who just decided to join Twitch like a month or so ago.
Yeah!
Yes.
Let me talk to you!
Mance will talk to you!
Yeah!
Give me more beer steins. I wish, Fretz. I wish. But we'll work on it, though. We'll work.
Fretz, you're onto something, man. I know a guy.
Yeah, we can get some engraved, like, beer steins.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'll buy one.
Yeah, I'll buy one, too. Screw it. Anywho, let's move on. To what just broke this afternoon.
Yeah, Ricky, what the hell is this? You sent this and I don't even know what this is.
PWI, the top 500.
Interesting.
The top 500 wrestlers in the world was released.
I forgot they do this in September.
Yeah, was released this week, or not this week, a couple of hours ago before this show. And lo and behold, AEW champion Kenny Omega is the number one wrestler ranked in the world according to PWI. Your top 5.
I love Kenny Omega, but if it's not Roman Reigns, you're not watching wrestling.
Yeah, your top 5 is number 1, Kenny Omega. Number 2, Roman Reigns. Number 3, the almighty Bobby Lashley. Number 4, Drew McIntyre. And number 5, Kota Ibushi. There's also, I can also,
Wow.
Yeah, that is your top 5. I want to give you the bottom half of a top 10 as well, because those were also pretty interesting. Let me see.
Wow,
No.
that's hard.
Number 6, Jon Moxley. Number 7, IWGP Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay. Number 8, Finn Balor. Number 9, Shingo Takagi of NJPW. And number 10, Rich Swann.
Good for him.
Yeah, he did great stuff on Impact. So I will tell you that. He did do great stuff on Impact.
Right.
So shut up.
This top 5, man, that's tough. I don't think I'd put Drew McIntyre in there.
I wouldn't.
You know what? Swap out Drew McIntyre for Jericho.
Interesting.
I would buy that.
I am upset that Kenny is number 1, because as good as Kenny has been recently, this past year, Roman Reigns put on... I don't think we've talked about Roman Reigns this heavily in the past year than we ever have before. Because it was like every other pay-per-view, oh my God, did you see that Roman Reigns match?
We haven't praised Roman Reigns this much ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
I was in Five Below today, and they were selling these children's Halloween costumes, and it's a Roman Reigns mask of his face and a vest T-shirt.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
Roman Reigns just hasn't missed. And it is a shame that he's not the number 1 wrestler in the world right now, according to this ranking list. I'm not, because it's the PWI. I mean, they had this was like when last year or a couple years ago, Jon Moxley was number 1.
Yeah, it was last year.
And we were like, how?
It was last year. Yeah. Come again?
Yeah. We were like, how is he the number 1 wrestler in the world? Kenny, you can at least make some sort of argument for. Because he has been running around with all these belts and collecting stuff and being on different shows and whatnot. But Roman Reigns is the talk of wrestling whenever his mouth opens.
Yeah. Like we could sit down and debate Kenny and Roman for sure.
Yeah.
But I agree. It's Roman Reigns because Kenny has been doing a lot of good stuff, across different companies. The belt collector. But where was Kenny last August? August 2020.
Nowhere relevant, really.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think he was feuding with Was he still in a tag team with Hangman?
He might have been.
The Hangman era, maybe.
Like,
That's what I was thinking.
they might have just broke up with Hangman and then just turned heel, maybe. Roman Reigns, I can tell you to the day what he did.
Yeah.
I can tell you how many poops he took that day. Just so you know, tomorrow it was 0. Tomorrow, last year, Roman Reigns took 0 poops. The day after, he had diarrhea twice. That's how relevant Roman Reigns was in wrestling. I like Bobby Lashley in the 3-hole.
I do. Bobby Lashley did have a good year.
I like Kota Ibushi in the 5-hole. I think that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
It's not Drew.
Drew. I mean, Drew he didn't have a
Fine.
bad year. It's just he's had a bad year.
Ever since Mania, it's been downhill.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
ever since you dropped the belt, it's just like, but who else would you put there? I mean, maybe MJF, maybe Jericho.
Wow, Jermaine said Walter's at 28. That's a little low for Walter.
He didn't wrestle. He didn't do that much, really.
That's true.
He couldn't because of COVID.
That's true.
Who's number 500? I wonder. Tommy Dreamer.
Jermaine will know who number 500 is. But yeah, I'm just shocked that Roman is not number 1, which also plays into what I wanted to do I want to do this fanfic storyline of like you get Kenny versus Roman together in a match.
I was thinking that watching the Kenny match against Christian, great match by the way, fantastic match. Christian really delivered. But I was thinking, what if? Because I did have the epiphany. The open door policy of wrestling or AEW, it works. It does work. It's not perfect.
No.
But it works. And Vince McMahon being frugal and stuck in his ways, because in my opinion, my humble opinion, specifically when it comes to podcasting, the idea of exclusivity and not sharing is a dying art.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to streaming, like video, when you have like Netflix and HBO, exclusivity is big to gain viewers. But if you're working in the same space, it's just like you separating yourself off from everyone else is stupid. You're actually leaving money on the table for both parties.
Yeah.
If they did a profit sharing, Kenny versus Roman at WrestleMania,
Biggest match of all time.
Biggest match of all time. Obviously, Kenny loses, gets on W's home turf.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay because fucking money.
Yeah, because Kenny will get the exposure on the mainstream that he's been lacking.
Yeah, and have Kenny get a win back at All Out. Kenny beats up Seth Rollins or whoever.
Yeah.
Or AJ Styles or whoever. You can go back and forth. You got to drop the ego at the door. But Kenny versus Roman is a match everyone knows they want to see, but isn't going to talk about it because they know it's never going to happen.
Can you imagine the build to that? Can you imagine the cross promotion of people? Could you imagine
like Don Callis on SmackDown?
Could you imagine Paul Heyman showing up on Dynamite and with Roman and the Bloodline behind him? Can you think of the visual?
People lose their
Think of the
fucking
visual.
mind.
You have a face-to-face Roman and Kenny with the Bucks and the Usos in the middle of a ring. Just staring at each other.
You have the Bloodline and 2 hired goons versus the Elite at Survivor Series in Brooklyn.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Take my money.
Survivor Series should just be WWE versus AEW.
Honestly,
that'd be amazing.
That's a great idea. You literally make Survivor Series one of the most relevant pay-per-views in ever.
And if you wanted to do like you have an exclusive window where you do, if Vince wants it to still be exclusive, or WWE still wants to be exclusive, but you want to have an open window where they kind of cross promote or have people from other shows show up, do it in the worst part of the wrestling year. Do it during football season. It'll get people talking.
Yeah, and if you do it right, like AEW, Christian is showing up on Impact a lot.
Yeah,
which is good. And Impact, he has a long history with Impact, so AEW does need to work on the give and not so much on the take.
Yeah, they do.
And once New Japan, like I figure will allow, like once Wrestle Kingdom comes around, you're gonna see a lot of AEW people probably there.
Yeah.
If travel permits, right? With COVID, I think is messing up a lot of this right now.
Yeah.
But AEW is going to benefit great from this open door policy.
Yeah.
And WWE is going to miss out because of their ego.
The only time it may bite them in the ass is when you have an AEW contracted talent gets injured somewhere else. That's the one big fear.
Yeah.
That's out there.
There's plenty of reasons why WWE doesn't do it, and they're definitely valid reasons. But you gotta realize you're leaving so much money on the table.
Wait, Fretz, are you sure about that? Wrestle Kingdom? You said
3 nights.
3-night Wrestle Kingdom? Shut the fuck up, Fretz. Stop it.
Oh my god, I can actually watch Wrestle Kingdom now because I can work at those times.
2 consecutive and a
2
few
a.m.
nights,
shift.
and a few nights after. Get the fuck out of here, Fretz. But let's speak more on NXT. What are we expecting next week from NXT? The brand new NXT starts next week. I'll actually be able to watch it because guess what? I'm not doing cornhole on Tuesdays anymore.
Hey.
I'm doing it on Thursdays.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Not gonna lie, Ricky. I honestly, honest to God, think NXT is gonna be the exact same.
Really?
It's gonna be the exact same. Just a new logo, new song. That's it.
Until do you think it'll slowly morph into something different?
Probably. Yeah.
Slowly morph, so you'll never see it coming. Really?
It's gonna be a different look and a different feel, same content. Like it's the light, the production. The only thing that's really changing in my mind is the production.
Probably. The game show era returns. Stop it, Mr. Fretz.
You have Tyrus O'Neil spinning a bat.
Was it spinning a bat? He had to like carry like a cane.
Something like that.
Yeah. Curtis Axel begins the era of McGillicuddy.
So I haven't watched NXT in the past 2 weeks. What have I missed?
I feel like it was just like takeover recap. I think the Gargano family did laser tag together.
That's pretty funny.
Indy and Dexter are pretty much getting married.
Next week.
Next week.
Yeah. Eli Cottonwood cuts a promo on a must. Oh, stop it, Mr. Fretz.
Carmelo Hayes won the tournament. I did see that.
Yeah, that was really good.
As he should win the tournament.
For sure.
You know.
Odyssey Jones will be signed and ruined on Raw. We all know that's fine.
Just a matter of time. So I think that's it. There's something going on with the Brits over there with the lads. Didn't they kick?
Oh, they turned on Oni and Birch. I did see that.
MSK still has the tag titles. MSK, protect them with all your heart. Really protect them with everything you can.
For real.
Like, I would love to see MSK. I want to see MSK versus New Day.
Dude, New Day versus the Bucks, first of all.
Of course. Did you ever?
And you know what? The Young Bucks can beat the New Day. That's fine.
And the New Day can beat the Bucks. You know, did you see when they did the game off together?
No.
They did it was a couple years ago. It was at some sort of gaming convention, and it was Young Bucks versus the New Day in Street Fighter.
We heard about
And the loser had to like eat like a jalapeno or some shit like that.
Oh, did you guys see Triple H had surgery?
Well, I'm just getting to that.
I saw that.
A cardiac event.
Yes, we were going to talk about that actually coming up next. But who knows what's going to go with NXT? Well, yes, Triple H, as you said, Will. You want to read the press release from WWE?
No.
Go ahead, Kay.
I saw the Bleach Report thing.
Yeah.
Grabbing it.
It happened last week, so they just revealed it this week. With this Triple H thing, which, I mean, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, that was his reaction to revamping NXT.
Yeah. I was thinking all those steroids finally caught up with him.
You think he was still juicing?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Vince McMahon still juices. What? What do you mean?
The genetic jackhammer still juices?
Yeah. Of course, Triple H still wants to wrestle. He's probably going to wrestle 1 or 2 more times.
What do we got, Kay?
Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H, underwent a successful procedure last week at Yale New Haven Hospital following a cardiac event. The episode was caused by a genetic heart issue, and Paul is expected to make a full recovery, a statement read. No further details were offered on his condition.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I hope he's okay too.
Give him ivermectin, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just make sure something to give the horses.
Yeah, because honestly, for the future of WWE, they need Triple H
Yeah.
very badly.
Like if Triple H, God forbid something happened to Triple H, NXT would burn to the ground almost immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, Triple H is the reason for a lot of people sticking around and being signed. Like, Samoa Joe's not back in NXT without Triple H.
Dude, I want to be a fly on the wall when Adam Cole told Triple H he's not coming back.
Oh.
Yeah.
That conversation alone
Broke his
he might have
heart,
been like,
probably.
Adam, I'm going to the hospital in a few minutes to get a heart event. This could have been an email. No, but really, I honestly, I bet Triple H was very understanding. You know, doors always open.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like Triple H is the consummate professional, and you know, touche to Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, and Adam Cole for being the utmost professionals. And
Absolutely.
Most of it happens with Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it is our future shock this week where we try to predict what will happen in somebody's future in wrestling or just the wrestling future in general. And this week's topic is obviously this guy, Kevin Owens, because guess what, folks? WWE restructured Kevin Owens' contract and it expires in January of 2022. So that's
Did you see
this upcoming
what he
January.
posted?
What did KO post?
So he posted on Twitter, but he deleted it. Coordinates, and the coordinates are to Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
It was a faction he was in. I think it was with Adam Cole and the Bucks, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And
Didn't
then-
that picture go around where he was like...
They
Yeah.
are the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. They were a faction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he changed his Twitter location to almost there. And I think if Kevin goes, El Generico returns.
I mean, you're not going to... KO and Sammy are just like the two pieces in the pod. Where one goes, the other one's going to follow.
Here's the thing with Kevin Owens, though. I'm going to give him Adam Cole odds 50-50. I'm going to give a lot of these guys 50-50. But Kevin Owens, I might even leave 55-45 to WWE. Because he's got kids, right?
He does have
Yeah.
kids.
He loves being a dad. It's his favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he might be at a point in his career where he doesn't want to work those crazy AEW matches anymore. He doesn't want to put his body at risk anymore. He doesn't want to blade anymore. He just wants to sit back with a comfy salary and provide for his family and have a body for his family to come home to. So I wouldn't be shocked, because that's why Shinsuke isn't leaving.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I beat myself up in Japan for years. I've earned this doing nothing. I have earned this contract to do literally nothing. Right?
Yeah.
I think, honestly, I want to, because Kevin Owens isn't young.
No.
You know, he's been doing this a long time. Then again, the guy loves wrestling. He's also a mark.
Yeah.
So it depends how itchy that itch is.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to be careful. You know, he does have some injuries lingering, but I do kind of lean towards KO staying.
Me too.
I lean towards it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he showed
No,
up.
me neither.
Out of all of the people that could jump, I think Kevin Owens would be the most likely to consider staying. Out of anybody.
I will say selfishly, I would love a promo off because I don't think it'll ever stop. I would love to see Kevin versus Eddie Kingston, just in a war of words.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh,
We
shout out
could
to Eddie
all-
Kingston. His match with Miro, also a great match.
Fantastic.
Also, fucking over.
Oh yeah, Eddie deserves.
so over.
Eddie Kingston deserves to be
want-
over.
Again, I want a rematch at Arthur Ashe. And Eddie to win in Queens.
If Eddie wins in Queens, that place is going to lose its shit.
I know.
Like, if Eddie wins anywhere in New York, that place is going to lose its mind. I mean, Eddie Kingston, another guy who's been doing it for years. years.
Forever.
For years, and he just never fit the WWE mold, and he sure as fuck does not at all.
Thank God he never went to
0%.
WWE.
0%, but he deserves all the accolades and the exposure that he's getting now from AEW. And he's my first ever wrestling interview, which got me nominated for an award, which is cool. So, shout out to Eddie Kingston. But KO, like I said, I feel like he stays, but I wouldn't be surprised if he scratches that itch real quick. No, but
my future shock by June 2023, June 1st, 2023, Sasha Banks will be in AEW.
June 1st, 2023.
Yeah. I think her contract ends sometime in 2023.
Ah, gotcha. KO and Jericho
Yeah.
Festival of Friendship 2.0. That would also be a
die
good.
of joy.
That would be really
I
funny
want it so
too.
bad. But it'll be a more grown-up festival of friendship because they're on AEW.
Honestly, Kevin Owens versus CM Punk.
Yes.
Why not? Why not? I would also like to have KO be the one to retire Jericho. Jericho's getting long in the tooth. He doesn't have that much time left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His body's gonna start falling apart.
Yeah.
Jericho and El Generico versus the Young Bucks
I would die of joy.
versus the
again.
Lucha Bros.
Triangle tag.
Yeah. Again, the possibilities in the matchups in AEW are so endless.
Yeah. So, who knows? We still have some time away. KO might resign before that, but we'll see what happens. But that's pretty much our show for today. If you guys want to stay back after our
You want to stand and deliver.
Yeah, right. Stand and deliver. If you guys want to stick around till after we are done with this show, we are going to cut off our audio, and then we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A, little Ask the Kings, little post-show shenanigans. I have off of work, so I will be on for as long as I fucking feel like it. So, Will, how are Yankees doing, by the way?
Losing 4-0.
That's not good. All right, anywho. So, did we miss anything in the rest besides, oh, by the way, R.I.P. Daphne as well. We talked about it. We talked about it on the pre-show, but I did want to put it in there, R.I.P. Daphne, which shocked the wrestling world earlier on this week. Obviously, mental illness is a real thing. If you are feeling, I hate to say it, if you're feeling down and out or need somebody to talk to, reach out to somebody. Hell, if it's even me, I'm always around doing something somewhere.
It's actually National Suicide Prevention Month this month too.
As well, yes.
Hey, do you know the hotline number?
For suicide?
Not on the top of my head, no.
If there's anyone here, you would, but
No, I don't know. I don't know the National Suicide Hotline's number by heart. I have it.
It was a song by Logic, actually.
Yeah, it's like the 1-800 whatever 188. I forget.
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now.
Definitely put that in the description.
Live radio.
It's 1-800-273-8255.
Thank you.
Yes.
There we go.
Again, 1-800-273-8255. That is the National Suicide Hotline. If you
And no crank calls, assholes.
yeah, please stop.
For real, though.
Yeah, for real. That's not a number to play around with. So that's our disclaimer. Did we miss anything else in wrestling? Anything else you guys want to talk about before we go to post show?
No, I'm good. Cue that music.
Cue that music, Will. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 264, Shock the System. AEW has officially shocked the pro wrestling and sports entertainment world with the acquisitions of Adam Cole, Ruby Soho, Bryan Danielson, and the rental of Minoru Suzuki. What a show All Out was. The AEW momentum train is at full speed, and we'll see if WWE can catch up, especially with the revamped NXT. Of course, I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review when you subscribe to us wherever you listen to all of your podcasts, like on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, just to name a few, because we are a part of Wrestle Addict Radio. You can follow Wrestle Addict Radio's socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio on Facebook and Instagram. Of course, like I said, we have some merch, link in the description below, and link to some of this bomb-ass music from Midnight Music is also in the description below. Willie T, what are we going to do next week?
That's a great question. We're gonna show on NXT.
Probably.
And we should do an Arthur Ashe prediction show since we're going the following week.
Ooh, we can do
Also
that.
True. I should probably watch SmackDown and Raw so I can actually know what to talk about.
Yeah.
I've got that a point in wrestling. It's like, well, I knew we weren't going to talk about. I didn't really going to talk about what happened on NXT, Raw, or SmackDown. So like, I don't need to watch it.
AEW is just that dominant right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, if I don't need to watch it,
Yeah, I didn't watch anything else.
not going to watch it. But ladies and gentlemen, I am Will Tarashuk, Tees and Thomas. ARA, SH, UK. All my info can be found at ambiguouspodcastsolutions.com. My 2 brand new podcasts are being released shortly. I have a launch date for sometime in October, as well as season 2 of the Ambiguous Podcast. So if you are a podcaster out there and want to be interviewed by yours truly, send me an email over at will@apspodcast.com. That's will@apspodcast.com with a link to your podcast and why you want to be a guest on that podcast. Also, my other show, Talk with Tarashuk, will be released in October or November, where I interview anyone else who doesn't have a podcast. It's about whatever. It's my version of Joe Rogan. So if you want to do that, again, info@apspodcast.com or will@apspodcast.com for all the details and information. We can shoot the shit for about an hour. Okay, Murphy, when are you coming on?
Huh?
When are you coming on?
When do you want me to come on?
I don't know. I got to figure out some tech issues first.
Let me know.
Why
I'll
should
be
I mention
there.
that?
Mr. Fretz wants you to interview him too.
I will. I got interview Fretz for Fretzelmania, and Fretz will be on both shows. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Look at you, Mr. Fretz, being on multiple podcasts. I don't know what to say. I'm just really excited that CM Punk is wrestling. He doesn't suck. I'm happy he won. I'm happy that Will and I are going to see him in literally 2 weeks, and it's going to be the happiest moment of my whole life. And yeah, you can find me yelling about CM Punk across all social media at the K Murphy, TheKae Murphy.
Yes, folks. So we're going to take a little bit of a break. Obviously, our post show is coming up within just about a minute. Our audio is going to end right now as we start to scramble and figure out what the hell we're going to talk about next week. Now that we got the PWI out, contracts are pretty much at bay right now. However, you never know who's going to show up where in wrestling, and that's what makes wrestling at this point in time really exciting TV to watch. So until next week, folks, goodbye, good night, and some person I will never sign to any company if I ever own a wrestling one is Slack. Because fuck you, Slack.
Slack
He's
is
our
not all
WEA
elite.
champion. Fuck you, man.
Well,
But Slack is not all elite.
we'll see you in a bit, folks.
Great song.
All right, guys, we are back. Welcome to our official post show. Right now, it's named Axe the Kings. We might just name it the Meat Slapping Majesty post show, and then Tip of the Crown pre-show.
No, I thought Tip of the Crown was the post show because it's the tip of the show.
Oh, I thought you wanted Tip of the Crown as the pre-show because it's the tip of the... All right, got it.
No, it's the Meat Slapping Majesty pre-show.
Meat Slapping Majesty
And then-
pre-show, Tip of the Crown post show.
Isn't the tip like the top of the show?
That's what I thought.
At the top of the crown, it's at the end.
No, that's the beginning.
That's the top, isn't it?
I guess it depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I think the tip of the crown, like the top, I think at the end of the show, like when you go to a concert or a wrestling show, the main event is at the end.
Yeah, but
Top.
but the top of the card is like the first match.
I look
Right?
at it as the tip, like
No,
the
that's
top,
the bottom of the
like,
card. It depends. Is it chronological
To me,
or
if-
importance?
If I'm looking at a card, the main event is the tip of the crown because
Yeah.
it's the highest point of the card.
Yes, that is true. Okay.
All right, that makes
You're
sense.
correct.
So, all right, I like Tip of the Crown post show, Meat Slapping Majesty pre-show. Kay, can you send me the Meat Slapping Majesty logo? You made one, right?
Yeah.
You made one a while
it was
ago.
It was in the chat a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through all of those photos.
Yeah, that's not happening. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it either.
Yeah, because I'll have some fun tonight, and I'll create some meat slapping.
Do you need the? You just need the meat one, right?
I just need the meat one. I have the tip of the crown stuff, and I can fiddle around with that. Fiddle around with those things.
I was gonna say I'd buy it for my mom for her birthday, but reminds me I gotta buy her her actual birthday present.
When's your mom's birthday?
The 21st.
Oh, you got time.
No, I'm gonna order it right now.
What are you ordering?
One of those, like I Hate Steven Singer, one of those like those flowers.
Yeah.
I'm ordering one of those.
Nice.
Cute.
Yeah, it was a big hit with my girlfriend, so I'm gonna get it for my mom too, and she really like that. Hey, mom, he's a flower you can't kill. We're gonna kick out of that.
Did you wait? Didn't you say your girlfriend sent you or made you a logo?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, pull it up.
That's it. Yeah, I love how you found out so quickly.
It's saved in my photos.
It's not a cliche logo, but like the neon on the brick has been done plenty of times.
I do like it though. I think it's a classic.
It needs a tiny bit of touching up, but it fits.
From
like
far away, it's a little, at least for me right now, maybe because I'm high, so like it's a little blurry to me to look at. Like the comfort zone, it's like.
Yeah, it needs this is 1400 by 1400. It needs 3000 by 3000 pixels.
Gotcha.
And, I think the blue in the middle is a little much. It needs to be touched back a little bit, but other than that, I think it's solid.
Yeah, I like it.
Live people have no idea what we're talking about.
All right, I see this. I wish I probably should just throw this up, which I probably could. Yeah, I can throw it up. Let me fucking save it right now, real quick, and put it. I'll throw it up for you guys to actually look to look at what we're talking about now for our meat slapping majesty. I do like it. Ironically, the backdrop that you use is kind of the same one, that I use for Fret's Friday. Like that brick wall background.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, hold on.
Probably it's a stock image, honestly.
Probably.
I mean, she made it in Illustrator, so it could be anything.
That's true. Alright, let me download those bad boys. Now, where do they go?
Let me change my image. That's my for a second. Hardware.
Yeah, let me see where we got them at. They're probably in downloads, exactly where they were. Yep, okay.
Alright, NVIDIA. I keep calling it Nvidia instead of NVIDIA.
Why do you call it Nvidia?
I don't know. It's just how I see it.
Fair. Alright, so let's put up what we were looking at before. Files.
Built the Meat Stuffing Majesty logo.
It's some of my finest work, honestly.
It really is. It's tremendous.
Yeah.
Also, guys, if you're in the chat and I just want to talk about something else, please throw some shit at us.
So what we have right now,
That's
This is your time, damn it.
This is your time. By the way,
Yeah.
this is the Meat Slapping Majesty logo that Kay made. This is gonna be the sponsor.
I'm buying that t-shirt.
We're gonna make that a t-shirt.
I can't wait.
This is gonna.
Do you know how many
sponsor.
people that like don't watch wrestling I've shown that logo to, and they're like, "Can that be a shirt?" And I'm like, "It's going.
to be a shirt. This is what our
There's a
pre-show.
question for me. Jermaine asked, if the CM Punk ice creams are at Arthur Ashe Stadium, how many at 16 are you buying?
How many at 16,000 is good. Good price point, Jermaine.
Just the one, as long as I have one, to display. I don't give a fuck. Maybe two at maximum, but one for sure.
One for sure.
Yeah, two's a maybe. It depends on the what happens to the rapper,
I feel you. Alright, so.
But like, I cannot wait for Arthur Ashe.
So by the way, this is Will's logo, the Comfort Zone with Will Tarashak. It actually looks a little bit better on the screen.
I agree.
I still would drop down the blue a little bit.
The blue, because
Yes.
it's hard to read comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And zone.
that's
And
what I was trying to say before.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it on the Skype screen. It's a little hard to read.
Meat Slapping Majesty you can see perfectly.
Clear as day. You know what this is. You know what time it is.
What type of meat is slapping? Okay, Frets, I don't know. It's Meat Slapping Majesty pre-show, Tip of the Crown post-show. Oh my god, I can't wait to design. I'm gonna design a whole new window based off of this.
I love it.
It's gonna be so exciting.
This is 264, right?
This is officially 264 because I messed it up last week.
Got it.
Yeah. Fretz goes, who do you think is the next big debut on each the main roster and NXT? Definitely isn't Karrion Kross. He looks like Mr. Slade from South Park.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He does.
He does. It's a slave.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I'm thinking, actually.
That is a good question.
Great question.
I honestly don't know.
Debut. You know what? Probably MSK.
Yeah.
MSK's got MSK coming to main is good if they stick around at this point. Would have to be the biggest
Also,
thing.
Maybe Dakota Kai.
You know, I'm gonna stick to Raquel. I think
Raquel's got another year under her belt.
I agree.
She still needs some polish.
when she gets there, I think she's gonna be fantastic. You know, especially because at that point they're gonna need somebody to work with Rhea, and Raquel and Rhea work really well together. Like Raquel's debut needs to be a big thing, where she comes in and she looks like a world beater. Like she has to come in looking like a destroyer of worlds, like a Thanos level. Just I'm here to destroy everybody.
You guys see that picture? That was like Tony Khan's face with all the Infinity Stones.
And it's all the different wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It's like one thing was missing was Wyndham.
Oh yeah, but I think him and Braun are going to Impact.
I agree.
Which means they'll be on Dynamite every other week.
Heard Jeff Hardy is chasing the 24/7 title. Yeah, he is.
What the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, he is.
Explain.
Jeff Hardy.
Explain.
You know how they have the random people running for the 24/7 title?
Correct.
Jeff Hardy was one of them.
What?
Yes, Jeff Hardy was part of a 24/7 posse.
Love it.
Yeah,
Gotta love it.
K
24/7.
Oh yeah, but Drake Maverick's back.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine, but is Jeff Hardy the 24/7 champion?
Oh God, no! It's just a run-in.
What?
He was just part of a crew. Reggie's still 24/7 champion. They're not letting Reggie lose that title for a long time.
I thought he was on the roster, to be honest.
Reggie's
I forgot he had the title.
stupidly entertaining. He's legitimately a Cirque du Soleil person too.
That's fucking wild.
That's why he does all the flippy shit better than Ricochet.
True.
Yeah, but Ricochet's just better.
Yes.
Although,
I don't know.
he's probably better on the mic.
That is very true.
Which I don't know, did Cirque du Soleil cut promos? I don't know, they could. Who knows?
Yeah.
Could you imagine? It's
That would
cutting
be-
promos on each other.
Fuck
Fuck you,
it.
lion. Hey, that's a circus, but
It's not
Yeah.
really a circus. It's just like
does Cirque du Soleil have lions?
no, it's just people.
It's flippy shit and like aerial shit and like ribbons.
Yes, lots of ribbons. Lots and lots of ribbons. Yeah, Drake Maverick's back. Nia Jax and Shayna might actually be breaking up.
Thank God.
And I also think, I don't know if you've noticed, you probably didn't watch Raw at all or anything, Kay. But does Nia and Charlotte have beef with each other?
IRL?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh, because it looks like in the last 2 weeks of them fighting each other, it looks like they were shooting on each other a lot.
Wouldn't shock me. I mean, Nia's fucking unsafe. Charlotte's probably annoyed at that. I don't want to speak for her, but if that, I can imagine that being heat.
Yeah.
Especially because, you know, Charlotte, like, number one is champion. Number two, like, obviously takes the business very seriously. And Nia, yeah, is still unsafe. Like, is unsafe, and like, I don't know when she'll not be.
I know I'm late, but Charlotte and Nia in the Raw Underground, yes. That was a missed opportunity. I miss Raw Underground. I will say that.
Me too.
Yeah. I do too.
They should have let.
Underground was pretty
They
dope.
should have let Shane be Shane and just have his Underground.
Yeah.
A lot of missed
When
opportunities.
is Shane going to AEW?
Could you imagine?
I could. Dead fucking ass, I could.
If Tony Khan convinces
So-
Shane to go to I was gonna say WCW. Could you imagine Shane shows up on AEW TV and he goes, "Yes, folks, I now own WCW again."
All right, I understand the show is over, but I have a future shock.
Go ahead.
Shane McMahon versus Darby Allin at all.
The battle of who can cough and drop off the highest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane climbs up to the balcony of the United Center and wins.
And no, Shane climbs up to the balcony of the United Center, and they like, get on the roof and shit. Darby Allin climbs a ladder on top of the roof and jumps off of that ladder and wins.
What a dick move.
I know.
What a dick move. Shane versus CM Punk battle for the best in the world. I do want that too, Jermaine.
As I said, Darby Allin. They're talking about Darby Allin right now.
Is Grandpa with them too?
Tully.
Tully's with them, not Grandpa.
No, they want to do Sean Spears versus Darby.
Oh, Sean Spears is actually doing something?
Maybe. Oh, Sammy's here. Shane versus CM Punk battle for best in the world. Jermaine, I like that, but I raise you Shane versus CM Punk versus Jericho for best in the world.
Versus Jericho. I don't know. Jericho doesn't do it for me anymore. It's Jericho, baby.
But that's another best in the world.
That's true. But like,
That's why I said they do the triple threat. I was literally just watching like that feud like the other day.
which one?
Jericho and Punk for the best in the world.
Mr. Fred's is having way too much fun with these predictions. He just said
I
Triple
know.
H's heart is a work and goes to AEW with Shane and he's saying, "You know who we are. You just don't know why we're here."
Alright, yo.
Oh, well, that was one thing Punk got a little backlash for. Punk is saying him and D-Bry I forgot who the third one was. Oh, and Adam Cole are bigger than when the NWO invaded WCW.
No.
In hindsight, no. For the moment, I'll say yeah. In the moment, I'll say yes.
I think this is like one of the biggest things that's happened in so fucking long.
For AEW, yeah. These are their biggest acquisitions.
Yeah. Also, I wish I remembered to touch upon this on the show, but WWE did in fact contact Punk to come back, and Punk told them that he would be open to it if they didn't play games or anything, and they in fact played games.
What do you mean by playing
he was
games?
He didn't clarify. He did. I think that was his interview with ESPN.
Wow.
He revealed that WWE reached out to him. I forgot when, either 2019 or 2020. They hit up Punk.
Is the new iteration of NXT going to participate in the Rumble or even Survivor Series? That answer's fucking no.
NXT. I'm really nervous.
I'm nervous too. I just don't know what to expect.
What's the future of TakeOver?
I feel like this 35th could have been the final takeover.
You mean 36?
Is it 36?
Yeah.
You can't end on an uneven number. They got to go to at least 40 and then kill it.
Yeah, but they don't care. I'm concerned that NXT is going to be a dying brand.
That's the scary part about it, especially because TakeOver is amazing.
Yeah, NXT is what honestly has kept me into watching WWE because it's the best thing they have, and I've broken up with Raw already. SmackDown I'm not bitter at. I just don't. If I watch it,
SmackDown's good, man.
It is really good. It's on appointment TV.
Yeah, SmackDown's really good.
It's not a priority.
I understand
have
that.
the time. Yeah, it's hard. It's just I get so stressed out. Like watching WB stresses me out because I'm like so busy and I spend so much time. I work so much and I'm still like getting this apartment together and like doing this show and like trying to date and be a human and meet people in the city and make friends. Like,
It's weird, right?
yeah. And so when I watch like say Raw, for example, and it's fucking garbage, it's 3 hours of my life I've wasted.
All right.
And
Gift has been ordered.
Nice.
Huh?
My mom's gift has
He ordered
Oh,
his
your
mom's gift.
Good.
Yeah, a little more than I wanted it to be, but what are you gonna do? It's my mother.
It's your mom.
You gotta show love to
Okay,
mom.
okay. When you go out, do you go out in Manhattan or at Queens more often?
Queens. I haven't gone out in Manhattan since I've been here.
Wow, I guess it's true. Well, honestly,
What's true?
Queens. Well, people like live in Queens, like don't really go to Manhattan that often.
Well, you got Bell Boulevard.
I mean, I might be going to
It's
Manhattan.
kind of a pain in the ass to get to be honest.
I'm going to be in Manhattan next week because I'm going to see Wicked on the 16th.
Yeah. By the way,
So
folks, this is our cover for this week,
Cute.
right?
So yeah, I'll be in
God hit the 3-1 home run, Ricky. It's 3-3.
Ooh.
Yeah, God hit a 3-1 home run. But Cameron, if you like, when you go out to like restaurants and stuff, are you checking your vaccine card?
No.
Not yet.
Find out. I'm going to dinner tomorrow, so that's tomorrow. But like, I don't know. I haven't really been like going out to restaurants, just like picking up like takeout.
Yeah.
Like I've been inside like Burger King, and they didn't ask me.
Yeah, no, I was at Popeyes after work today, and they didn't ask.
I haven't been to Burger King in such a long time.
I went 3 times last week. Well, I went once. Had a DoorDash to me twice.
Best part of this picture is Kenny Omega in the back.
Yeah.
He looks like someone's eating his asshole.
It's true though.
He's like, yeah, take it. Take all the money we're gonna give you, Adam. You know, but back to our meat slapping majesty. Not meat slapping. Sorry, our tip of the crown post show.
I think we like Meat Slapping Majesty so much.
It was their best soundbite ever.
I know.
How is the meat slapping pre-show to meat slapping post-show? It writes itself.
We can do both.
I feel like we gotta do something different. I like tip of the crown post show, meat slapping pre-show.
But you keep calling it the meat slapping post show.
Mr. Fretz, think of something for us. You're smart.
Yeah, we'll get some new logos, and I'll talk to Ann, or maybe we'll create some new logos or something.
We could do like the meat slapping magic pre-show, the meat slapping majesty post show. You could do a different M word.
No, I like meat slap. I just like meat slapping majesty pre-show. Tip of the crown post show. Who knows? We'll talk to I'll talk to some of our logo people, especially hint at somebody who's back in the podcasting game again.
Is who I think it is?
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Calmaccio, baby.
Oh my god.
We need to bring up tip of the crown for tweets again. Fretz just loves the stuff that he's created. Tweets.
I don't blame him.
I also have some insider information.
What the fuck
I
do
have.
Young Bucks wear?
That's what I ask all the time. I also have.
No, one of them. Which one is the blonde one?
Nick.
Nick is wearing a septum ring that's going with a chain that's like going down. Here's Adam Cole, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, this is gonna be incredible. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I know like even like 2 months ago I was like so fucking over AEW, but like now I'm fucking hooked.
I feel like this is what it's going to be like for a while. It's just going to be a lot of ebb and flows. For wrestling, it's going to be like what's hot right now.
Because like I realized, so I'm very much the kind of human that I do other things while I'm doing things. That's definitely the ADHD in me.
Oh yeah.
But when I find I am on my, when I watch WWE, with the exception of NXT, I'm very much on my phone.
Mhm.
That is how
Yup.
I came here today. Like, I wouldn't be a wrestling podcaster if I didn't get distracted during WWE and talk shit on Twitter. And this Papa-Cola is insane.
Where are we at? Where are we at this week?
Cincinnati. Is that wherever Moxie's
Yeah, it's
hometown is?
Moxie's homecoming.
I'm gonna call it Cincinnati, but yes, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Did I tell you I changed my Discord name to Chet You Betcha?
Yeah, you did. Okay, with AEW getting literally everyone, who is next?
Who's next?
For AEW, Mr. Reds? Are you
Goldberg.
AJ Lee will come out.
Oh, he said who's next?
No. Punk says like she physically cannot come back, like of her neck or whatever.
Paige.
Paige might be one.
Paige.
So be like, hi everybody, I'm back.
Yeah.
And your first match is against
Sasha Banks.
That's messed up.
Going.
Who is screaming over there?
Adam Cole is screaming.
Ah,
I want to be right Buck.
gotcha.
Matt is wearing the same glasses as us, Will.
He didn't hear you.
Great.
Does AEW need a roster split? Not yet. They will soon.
No.
They will soon, but they don't have enough TV time to do a roster split.
Yeah, they have 3 hours a week.
If that. So from what I heard is that they do Rampage the same night of Dynamite.
Yeah. Because I don't know if I'm doing it yet, but they're coming to Long Island.
Yeah, the UBS Arena. I'm considering it more so because I want to see the arena than anything else.
I'm like, I don't know. I want to go to as many Dynamite shows or Rampages as I can that are accessible to me, because I need to make up for the years I didn't get to see CM Punk live, which is
Which is all of them.
All of it. I never went to wrestling events before CM Punk left.
Mm-hmm.
So literally 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit.
I have to check, because I'll check right now for like the UBS Arena tickets. It's like, if AEW is as affordable as it is, like, I'll front money for it. Fuck it.
I am. Yeah, the tickets I got me and Will, it was even like with fees and shit, it was fucking like $42 a person, which is amazing.
You're also nosebleeds.
Yes.
No, I'm not about that life.
No, you're not. But
You know me.
no, you bougie.
I'm not bougie. I know. I don't want to do all of it. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Tickets on sale. Okay, tickets are on sale this Friday.
I know.
Which means, let's see.
What date is it? Like, what date is the show?
The show is December 8th.
Well, I'm off on Wednesdays. It's like I'm like meant to go to AEW shows. 'Cause I'm off on Wednesdays.
We just couldn't record that day.
Correct.
You know, which is fine.
Take a week off.
Yeah, and then when we come back from the shows, like, we talk about them.
Yeah, and by that time...
Oh my god, he's here.
Who?
Brian Danielson is here.
Yeah, what did you expect? You also have Dynamite in Newark, okay, if you want to go there as well.
When is Newark?
You have Newark's next week, the 15th. Then you have Grand Slam. Then you have Rochester, and you can go to Philly. Philly should be a hot crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, Newark's not that hard to get from where you are. You just gotta get to Penn Station.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then
Penn
stay on
Station.
Jersey Transit?
You take Jersey Transit over to Newark.
Perfect.
Newark Penn Station. I think The Rock is pretty close to there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's like a block or so away.
Oh, great. Okay. It's doable. Thank God I live here now.
Yeah, no, the Rock is the Rock. I went to a couple
I just don't want to go to Newark. I don't like Newark.
not great.
I don't.
It's a stinky city.
I had a friend who lived in New York for a while. December 8th, New York, Belmont Park, New York, Long Island.
This is just the market. Oh my god, turning into
So will tickets go on sale at 10 a.m.? If I can find a good price point for tickets, would you want to?
Where?
Belmont Park.
at Long Island.
Yeah, let me know the price. If it's under like $75, I'll probably do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if AEW is as cheap as they're supposed to be, which they should be,
I heard their ringside are only 100.
don't tempt me like that. No, but that's on if I buy it now, or if we buy it now, then I can still save up for Mania.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm making WrestleMania.
What sucks, you
Unfortunately.
would love AT&T Arena, man.
I know. I'm definitely gonna do Survivor Series though.
Fuck, has it?
In Brooklyn, I'm definitely doing that.
Mm-hmm. Have they announced when sale for Survivor Series is happening?
No.
No.
Just think, like, I can't afford all these things. It would just be really dumb if I did all of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mood.
Like, I have the money for it, but I know better than to spend it.
Look at you growing up.
Wow, looks like Zarian and the Demon Diva are now friends.
Yeah, how did that happen?
They were at SummerSlam together.
Oh.
They ran into each other.
Yeah.
I know Issa has been like listening to them for a little bit. It's funny because like when it comes to Mat Men, like I've been listening to Mat Men since like 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
I've been listening to them forever.
Oh my god.
And like now people are starting to find them. I was like, you guys
Really late. Yeah.
It's like you guys don't know, first of all.
Yeah, really late on it. I wish we could just recoup. I wanted the second show with Zarian, but COVID fucked it up for me.
So ask him. He was a guest on someone's podcast not too long ago.
Oh, was he?
It wasn't a wrestling podcast though. It was like a.
He did like a what the tech thing.
It was like they talked to him about his podcasts.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was talking about what the tech really.
Yeah, that's the one that he got famous for.
Yeah, so Zarian's still like, he's not too big yet. That makes sense.
No, that makes a thing.
And his kid started kindergarten and pre-K today.
That's so cute.
Yeah, his youngest one, right?
Both, yeah, youngest one's in pre-K, the boy, and the girls started kindergarten.
Nice. Good for him. Good for him. The brethren. My God.
People still listen to chat?
Yeah, people are still. I mean, Fred's the one who's chatting the most. We just got 7 people here. We have demographic-wise, 1 person on Facebook, whoever that is, 1 person on Twitch who's still following us, and 5 people on our YouTube.
Oh
Yay.
wow!
Right?
Look at you guys.
Yeah, look at you guys.
Thanks
Where
for
you-
staying, guys.
Thanks for saying. Where are all of you guys from that are still with us right now? If you're still watching or listening to us, where you?
Go to bed.
Yeah, number 1, especially you, Jermaine.
I would like.
What the fuck,
You
dude?
gotta go to bed soon.
I'm not going to bed. I could stay up all I want. I have no work tomorrow.
We'll see, but I have a lot to do today.
I have to clean, though. I do have to do some cleaning so I get ready for these couches.
After this, I'm about to go dye my hair.
I'm not going to do that. I'm probably
No, me neither.
I'm probably going to finish the Malice in the Palace doc.
Cool. This is probably gonna be the last time I have blue hair. Like I'm going dyeing my hair blue tonight one more time just to touch it up.
I see you,
For
Sasha.
stuff I have to do, but I think I'm going green next.
Okay.
So
Fair.
I'm excited to see how that comes out.
I work at 8 a.m., so I got to go to bed soon. Yeah, you do, Frets. Yeah, so if anyone wants to get on this AEW train for this, I'll see what tickets are. See how much I'm willing to splurge.
Yes, we'll discuss. We will table it
Yeah,
for now.
people really are freaking out about Steve coming back to Blue's Clues. Like, whatever the hell happened.
I sobbed. I was fucking.
It was a
sobbing.
great promo.
Is
I was-
Blue's Clues ending? Like, what's going
No,
on?
It's 25
expiring
years.
25 years. Steve lit up the Empire State Building today.
Are you serious?
Yes, I saw on Facebook.
Did
The
it?
guy is national. The guy is an icon.
He is an icon.
Literally, I was downstairs with my housemates and we were eating mac and cheese and hot dogs like adults. And my
Guys haven't gone
and
shopping yet, have you?
no, we did. We strapped had plans to do Halloween shopping and Halloween decorating, but like some wrenches got thrown in our plans, so we didn't get to do all the stuff we wanted to do. And we were planning on like cooking because we were like really excited about it. But then it got late, so we just did mac and cheese and hot dogs. And we watched the video while eating mac and cheese, and I sobbed in the mac and cheese. It was like I was in fucking kindergarten when Blue's Clues came out.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, like it's fucking. I didn't know Blue's Clues was still a show until Nina West, she's a drag queen. She did those 2 Pride videos during Pride season for Blue's Clues.
Really? So, okay, I should probably put you in on something. Because I know you love your Halloween and your horror and shit. I might be participating in a Blood Manor-like thing.
Oh. Interesting.
I'll tell you this, I met the owner of Blood Manor in New York City and we exchanged numbers.
That's so great.
So it has to do with my side hustles down in Long Beach. But we are collaborating with Blood Manor to do something.
I cannot wait.
So, if you see me in a lot of Halloween makeup on social media, you'll know why.
I'm here for it. Oh, I'm tired.
But yeah, I think it's time for us to hit the hay. Let's,
Yeah.
this has been our first ever official sponsored pre-show by Tip of the Crown.
Thanks, Tip of the Crown.
Yep, and then our Meat Slapping Majesty post pre-show. Yeah.
Oh, there's another Italian festival in Hoboken.
All the sausage, yeah.
I went to a Labor Day street fair on Monday, and I'm trying to figure out when I want to go to San Gennaro.
Take your time.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere anytime soon. And I gotta go to the laundromat and put my laundry in there because I gotta have stuff for this weekend in Pennsylvania.
Yay!
I'll try. So remember, I gotta drive to Pennsylvania. That's the worst part.
Yeah, it sucks.
All right, guys, let's get out of here. Thank you guys for staying with us on our post show and everything, and we'll see you guys next week.
Good night, Mr.
Night,
Fretz.
Mr. Pretz. Good night, Jermaine.
Thank
Jermaine,
you.
I need your Madden handle so I can beat you up with the Raiders. Anyway,